With us from the House Select Subcommittee on the weaponization of the government is Congressman Mike Johnson. Congressman, sit tight for a second. We want to get your reaction to Elon Musk talking with HBO's Bill Maher about what's happening in our nation's schools. Watch this.
The amount of indoctrination that's happening in schools and universities is, I think, far beyond what parents realize. The experience that we had in high school and college is not the experience that kids today are having. It's bizarre that we've come to this point where, like, free speech used to be a left or liberal value, and yet we see from, you know, the in quotes left, a desire to actually censor, that seems crazy.
So what is House Judiciary going to do about it, Congressman? What's the House Weaponization Committee going to do?
Well, we're looking into everything that we can. This is a problem that goes across the board. There's recent polling that shows that a large majority of college students now think it's okay to violently protest and stop speech that they disagree with. The indoctrination is working. Now, if these are public education institutions that are receiving federal taxpayer dollars, there may be something indeed that we can do about that, and we should. But our great concern right now, and our focus has been so far on the agencies of the government itself, the federal government itself, its agencies that have engaged in censorship, censoring and silencing viewpoints that they disagree with. And of course, it's always the conservatives. This has happened with the social media platforms. And, hats off to Elon Musk for giving us the Twitter files, which showed all this, what we knew was happening intuitively. We now have the documents to prove.
Now a new report says Twitter is fully complying with government demands to take down content like 80% of the time. And now we've got House Judiciary, the chair of... Oh, do you want to react to that? Go ahead, take that on.
Well, look, there are conflicting ideas about this. There's a report that came out today that said it was really a minuscule number of requests, and they came from foreign governments. I think Elon Musk is doing his best. He's not infallible, of course, but he is trying to get us back to this idea of free speech. It's a critical principle, as he explained on the Bill Maher show. It's essential to who we are as Americans. You have to have a free marketplace of ideas, and without that, we can't have the free exchange of truth. And that's
how do you stop the bullies in academia? How do you stop them from bullying? How do you stop students being taught to bully? How do you get back to the civil discourse of an exchange of free flow of ideas without the loudest voices in the room threatening to censor or sue?
Well, it does start with education, but a proper education. We need our students to understand, we need college students in particular to understand the principles of free speech, the Constitution itself. The only thing we have the power to do in Congress, to our great frustration in a situation like this, is related to the purse string. If there's funding going to these institutions and they're violating the Constitution, we may have something to say about that. Meanwhile, it's private lawsuits that get them back straight from the viewpoint discrimination they're engaging in.
Got it. Congressman Johnson, thanks for joining us.